Power Training, we've trained over 30,000 athletes, right? We're in the process of reaching that 35,000 athlete milestone. And for us, not so much, it's the number, it's the quality and how we can affect kids in a positive way. We have 5 locations right now. This one we're at right now is Rancho Cucamonga, 30,000 square feet. Everything that you need to be able to do anything in performance training for athletes, for sports, including batting cages, individual lessons, all the way up to the speed and agility and strength and conditioning work. All of our trainers are more than certified. So kinesiology degree, they have a degree that comes from the government, like a National Association of Sports Medicine or so. Former trainer for USC, for the New York Mets, the Los Angeles Dodgers. So the information the kids get is, second to none. It's not just running around in a circle and making them throw up. We have an actual plan, right? And so every time they come in, they have a progressive plan that starts them somewhere and finishes them somewhere, so they're getting better, right? I mentioned before 5 stores. We are planning our 6th store in San Diego. And so we're expanding, but we're expanding responsibly and keeping the quality at each one of the locations as we have at Rancho Cucamonga. Okay, EM, speed and power training, right? So we started in the back of a pickup truck, and when we get equipment shipped to our place, always be by the UPS guy. So the UPS guy would come and the name of our company back then when it started was Explosive Methods. So UPS guy would come to the front door, but he'd grab the package and he'd kind of hold it, like this, thinking that we made bombs, right? So what was Explosive Methods became EM, Speed and Power. I think it comes from any level that you come in at. So you come into a training facility and you're a great athlete, you still have room to grow. Our experience is that we've got girls that are playing at the very top level in the Women's College World Series that have the talent to be able to come and play at that level, but literally not ready for the speed of the game. So the same thing with a Major League Baseball player. They come in and they're fantastic. They come in, they've got this talent, but actually performance-wise, what they can do and what their potential is, there's a gap there, right? So the way that they start or first come to us, not just a Major League player or College World Series girl. If you're 10 years old, if you're 12 years old, my point is that it doesn't matter where you are in your career. There's a huge amount of improvement that can be made, and the way to be able to do that is, go to somebody who's very qualified in what they do, right? You can't go to somebody who just learned something off of a video off of YouTube that's going to tell you how to do something. You wouldn't go to a hitting lesson with a guy who just learned off of YouTube. The guy's got to be able to do what they do. And that's why everybody that we have here that's in contact with an athlete knows how the body works, went to school for it, got certified for it, played the sport at a high level, and so they have that kind of experience. As far as what we do, there's 1,000 ways to be able to work your core, right? There's 1,000 ways to be able to work your upper lower body. Explosiveness is the key for us. No matter what sport you play, the very first 5 yards is probably going to be the most important. Getting up to that speed. Once you're at a speed, it's easier to maintain than it is to start it. So in every direction, you have to be able to improve your very, people say fast twitch type of muscle, but it's that first explosive point in your sport, right? First one to the ball wins is usually the deal. So we work real hard on your form and technique on these explosive movements, which would be, your running and your jumping and your agility side to side, right? In addition to that, what fortifies that for us is a strength and conditioning program, which is the weights and resistance. If you're not old enough to do the weights, we do resistance bands and things like that that can still get you your connective tissue prepared and get you strong enough to be able to, if maybe your coach, you're out there at practice and he says, drive your knees or lift your leg a little higher, whatever. It's good to say if you've seen it on a film, but if your body's not prepared for you to do that, it's going to be hard for you to do. So we have to work backwards, go to maybe the most prevalent injuries in that sport, fortify those things, fortify your connective tissue and work backwards that way started getting strong enough to be able to drive your knees and look like you look on these guys that you see and guys and girls you see on TV. Those guys have done a lot of work to be able to get to where they are, but they didn't start by doing the movements that they're doing out there right now. They had to prepare for that. And so I guess in a sense, we prepare you for the sport that you're going to play and to be a more explosive type of athlete.